Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm here holding something that many of us might find uncomfortable to talk about. A pet. Yes, a menstrual pet. And no, I'm not here to make it gross or make it squirm out of the seats. I'm here to break the centuries of silence surrounding the menstrual taboo. Greetings and a very good day everyone. I'm SINGH and my topic for today is She Got Her Period, Men's Knowledge and Perspective on Menstruation. Picture this, in a classroom, a young girl sits quietly in the back, again absent because of something she can't control. In a boardroom, a woman hesitates to speak up, afraid of the whispers and judgment that comes with a natural bodily function. This isn't fiction, it's the reality for far too many. Until we can't talk openly about this natural part of our life, we cannot hope to achieve true equality, understanding and empowerment for all. Let's take a moment to think about this fact. It's a simple product designed to absorb menstrual blood and to provide comfort and protection to women during their periods. And yet, this simple product is often surrounded by shame and secrecy. Why? Because society has deemed menstruation taboo. We've been conditioned to believe that talking about period is inappropriate, that menstruation is something to be hidden away and never to be spoken about in a polite company. Menstruation is not gross, it's not dirty, and it's not something to be ashamed of. It's a natural biological process that half of the world's population are experiencing. And yet, because of the silence and shame surrounding it, menstruation becomes a source of embarrassment and hardship for many women and girls. Therefore, in my speech today, let's look at the silence and stigma faced by a woman during her menstruation, emphasize the detrimental effects and the solution to overcome this taboo. First and foremost, let's have a look into the root of the science behind menstruation from a man's perspective. Growing up, I knew little to nothing about menstrual cycle. It was a topic that we never talked about at home, only discussed in a harsh tone among the women of the household. When a young girl first gets a period, she goes to her mother and everything is handled in whispers. Picture a teenager hiding her menstrual products from a brother out of shame and fear. For some girls, menstruating means being hidden away in cattle sheds or being banned from their houses, while others struggle to afford tampons and pads and are forced to make do with rags. You might say, it's not a big issue since sanitary pads are always available and displayed at pharmacies all the time. But here's the thing, you rarely see anyone buying them openly or even carrying one. The reason has been same for all these years. You're not supposed to talk about it. Research by Plan International Australia reveals that over 1/5 of boys in Australia believes that periods should be kept a secret, with many considering menstruation a private matter for girls and women. Taboos regarding menstruation still occurs in countries like India or Nepal, which associate with uncleanliness and is referred to as disgusting by men. Let me introduce to you to Sushma and her friends who lives in a small rural village in Sindhu, Nepal. According to them, when each of them got their first period, they got isolated from others by sleeping and living separately from their family members to make sure they don't come into contact with their male relatives throughout their menses. The society continues to believe in dangerous incorrect ideas. For example, using tampons causes women to lose their virginity, or handling food while menstruating causes you to spoil the food. These stories aren't just anecdotes, they're the windows into the lived experience of women worldwide facing the stigma and taboo around menstruation, revealing isolation, indignity, emotional toll surrounding menstruation. From this very reason, the stigma and silence around menstruation leads the detrimental effects on women's health, confidence and also education. Men and women often avoid discussing topics on menstruation. The silence has serious negative consequences for women, including the objectification of their bodies and the reinforcement of stereotypes portraying them as physically, morally and emotionally inferior to men. In extreme cases, inadequate menstrual hygiene management can lead to severe health issues, including infection and even the loss of the uterus. The reluctance to openly address menstruation not only causes physical health problems, but also erodes women's confidence and leads to untreated infections and serious health complications. Furthermore, it leads to stress, social isolation, depression, and anxiety among women. Despite these significant impacts, many men remain oblivious to the challenges faced by women on this issue. Stigma and silence surrounding menstruation have significant impacts on education. According to UNESCO, 1 out of 5 girls drop out of school in India due to lack of menstrual education and access to sanitary products. The absence of period education in schools, families and communities results in 71% of girls not being adequately informed when they first experience menstruation. Moreover, the fear of bleeding through their school uniform adds to the problem, leading to discomfort and reluctance to discuss periods openly. This lack of education and stigma lead women to hide their periods, sometimes resulting in emergency leave or absence from work or school. This reflects societal views that deem period taboo as dirty and impure. Such reactions hinder open conversation and support for menstrual health. Hence, these effects highlight the urgent need for comprehensive solutions. When men break down the barriers imposed by menstrual taboos, we empower women and girls to fully engage in education, employment and community involvement. Take for instance the story of Aruchamala Muruganathan, known as the menstrual man of India, where despite facing ostracism and ridicule, he developed affordable sanitary pads for women and rural areas. His innovation not only provided access to menstrual products but also improved and empowered women to participate in society without shame or fear from men, enabling them to pursue education and work opportunities. By acknowledging and addressing these challenges, we men can create an environment where women can excel and inspire others without being hindered by stereotypes or inadequate facilities. Extensive research underscores that these courageous conversations not only bolster self-assurance and mental resilience, but also foster a profound sense of empathy and inclusivity within our communities. In conclusion, there is no reason for menstruation to still be a taboo in our society, yet it remains such in this era. What's even more appalling is the lack of knowledge among men. It is evident that stigma and silence about menstruation can lead to untreated infection and serious health issues, eroding confidence and disrupting education. Therefore, it is crucial for men to break down the stigmas on menstrual taboos, because it is not just a woman's issue, it's a human's right issue. Menstrual blood is not the only blood that is traumatically induced, yet it remains a hidden blood and rarely spoken of in our society today. Let's unite to break the silence, support each other and create a future where women can thrive without the burden and stigma and shame, by challenging norms and encouraging open dialogue. We've been taught to be ashamed of menstruation, despite it being a natural part of our lives of women. Therefore, to overcome this, we have an obligation to work together to shift the issue on menstruation from shame and silence to acceptance and education. That's all from me. Thank you very much.